So I'm going to be covering what are the different options you have after MBBS. Let's get into it. So first of all, you need to decide if you're going to start working or you're going to pursue higher studies. If you're going, let's say you're going to pursue higher studies, you have two options. You need to first decide if you're going to study in India, which is going to take 3 years, or you're going to study abroad, where the time period for your MD would vary. In India, the most common or the only exam which you need to worry about is NEET PG, and it's where I'll talk more about this in a second. And there are some certain exams which focus on specialized institutions like AIMS, PGI, and JIPMER. So if you're going abroad, you need to consider your financial status first because it's going to take a lot of money, and you need to be able to deal with your visa issues and all. So the most popular ones are USMLE and PLAB. USMLE is for getting an internship in the US and PLAB is for UK. Otherwise, if you're planning to work, then you have two options again. You can start your own practice, a small clinic, or you can join a hospital. If you're planning to join a hospital, you need to choose if you're going to join a government or private setup. So pursuing higher studies, need PG. There's a lot of competition. Like 2 3 year senior batches who have still not got PG are going to keep writing this exam with you. So it's going to be very tough for you when you're attempting it for the first time. Secondly, you're going to have to remember a lot of stuff because need PG basically you need to prove yourself why you're better than someone else, and that's what it is used for. And it's one of the most common routes every MBBS graduate takes, so you can consider that. A lot of people be knowing about this. You can just talk around. I'm just moving on to the next one. So USMLE and PLAB. USMLE is for US. It has two steps where you give your exams and then you sit for matching with the university, and that university will have a interview based on which you will be selected. So there are a lot of question marks right here, and it's a very long process. So you need to be ready for all of that. And if you really want to go into the US, you can look into it. It's very you need a lot of money to write these exams itself. Those exams are about $800, which are around 35,000, uh, um, 35 to 40,000. Yeah. Just for writing the exams, so you need to consider all of that, and they're going to focus more on your clinical skills as a doctor, and their questions will be more based on the situations you are going to encounter as a doctor. So it's very practical, I would say. And you need to be ready to deal with all these visa issues, and there's a lot of changes going on all the time. So you need to be updated with that. And so if you're going to, that's about higher studies. Moving on, if you choose to work, then you have the option of starting your own clinic. It's going to be very hard for the first few years. You're going to need a lot of capital to start up your own clinic, and then it's a waiting choice for many people whose parents and whose families have been involved in medicine. And if you are a third generation or fourth generation doctor, then this is going to be a very good option for you. You should consider it. And then moving on to joining a hospital. So here it's very clear that government, you need to write an exam to get in your service exam, and then you would have a lot of free time for you to have a good work life balance, I would say. And sometimes you have to sign a bond saying that you would work in the government for a specific time. So that's about government. In private, only with MBBS you're going to work as a duty doctor. Not much you are going to learn, or you're going to get paid as much as an engineer. So I would suggest not to fall for this, because you will be dependent on the money and you won't have the resources to study. So even if it takes 2 years or so, just finish your MD and then consider about joining a private setup. And then this is what most of the people who study for NEET do. That is, they study during the afternoons, and during the morning or evening they go attend shifts in hospital. It's like a part-time income for them. So that's all about. These are all the common things which most of them will be knowing. So I'm not spending much of time on them. I'll be giving you other options which are not known to many people. Like Few doctors write IAS, IPS, and become civil servants. So that's a good one. You can go and work in the army, but again, there's going to be a bond, and you're going to be working there for about 6 years or so. I'm not very sure. It is an option, and you can look into it. A few of them go back to their coaching institutes for teaching students for NEET and all, and it's a very good. Apparently, it's very well paid job, so many people consider it, and you should know about it, I thought. And clinical research, this is very hard in India because people don't get funding very easily in India, so it's a tough one. But if your passion for research ignites you, then go ahead, no one's stopping you. So the other options are MBA in hospital management, very much happening in India. Then there's this MTech. MTech is basically you're going to shift from medicine and combine it with engineering. So you're going to be helping doctors in a way to develop medical devices, drugs, and all different things doctors are have at their disposal to treat a patient. So that you transition into a uh, mixed of medicine and engineering. So it's a very good wide opportunities you're going to have over there. You can check that out. Few pharmaceutical companies hire doctors to be their managers and reps and all because they understand about the drugs better. So you can look into that. And I'm not very sure how popular it is. And here's an interesting one: medical journalism. You can go if you have a passion for writing and traveling. Maybe you should look into this. You can go around places writing about people, how are they treated, their hospitals, their health systems, and so on. So these are all the various options you have. You need to look into them. So last, I would like to end on a note that these are all the options pertaining to medicine. Okay, if you want to do something related to medicine, because you're studying MBBS, which makes sense. Now that doesn't mean that you can't do anything else. Like you want to become an athlete or a comedian or a dancer or a musician or whatsoever you want to be, but that's not related to MBBS and it's going to be very hard. So you could pursue it, but you would be starting from scratch and you're going to put a lot of hard work into it because your degree is not going to support it. So think about all of that and choose a good career option. I'll be covering my syllabus in a couple of days. So stay tuned. Bye.